Well, you might want to temper expectations when it comes to your next big journey into the world of Pokemon, because it looks like Team Rocket isn't the only thing that will give you problems on your quest to be the very best, like no one ever was. Find out what problems await you. Up next. What up, guys? This is Kalo. I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. So, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet are officially here. Ash just became a world champion, and Fuecoco is still the supreme starter. So, why am I chatting about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet? Oh yeah, that's why. So, reviews are out in the wild for these two games, and a lot of people are encountering some very bad glitches and bugs. One news outlet even went as far to claim Scarlet and Violet are the worst Pokemon games ever. Bold move, but is it a critical hit? So, as of right now, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet stand at a 77 on Metacritic, so it's safe to say it's not the worst Pokemon game out there. But to give it a fair comparison here, Pokemon Sword and Shield stand at an 80 on Metacritic, Sun and Moon got an 87, along with X, Y, Black, and White. Now, why did Scarlet and Violet get a 77? Leading up to the game's release, graphics were the cause of a lot of chatter on the interwebs, citing potential frame rate issues, subpar sprites and character models, and just overall performance on the Switch platform. One of IGN's review for the game even went as far to state, "I spent an entirety of a gym battle with one Pokemon halfway in the floor." CNET even published a headline that read, "Pokemon Scarlet and Violet review. Too much for the Switch to handle." Now, diving further into that review, it stated, "Frames can stutter at the best of times and slow to a crawl when you're in busy areas like towns. The citizens that inhabit these cities often shuffle along like stop motion animation, missing every second frame." But I, for one, am all about positivity in the gaming space. So let's shift to some of the good this game has to offer. Eurogamer Reviews stated that this open world Pokemon game is the one we've all been waiting for, stating, "Gone are the days of neatly organized routes funneling you from gym to gym. You're free to venture anywhere. But I must warn you, there is no level scaling, so just tread with caution when you're out and about." Now, other reviews go on to state there is a lot of zigging and zagging when it comes to the game's three overarching stories due to its vast open world nature. But why is Scarlet and Violet, let alone all of the recent games released on the Switch, still having problems when it comes to glitches and overall performance? The Verge posted an article about this, stating, "It feels like we've reached a limit on what the Switch is capable of, at least for this style of game. Other open world games like Skyrim still have problems on the Switch, but then again, games like Doom Eternal and Breath of the Wild proves this style of game can be done right on the Switch." But let's get back to this franchise. Why can't Pokemon run properly on the Switch? The short answer is money, but let's break that down more. Since 2016, Game Freak has launched 6 Pokemon games, 7 if you factor in Ultra Sun and Moon, or 8 if you factor in the 2 Sword and Shield DLCs. Game Freak in this time as well released other games outside of Pokemon in that time span, so you might want to bump that number up to 11 total games. Now, as of 2022, it is being reported that the numbers of employees at Game Freak are around 169 employees, so 11 games since 2016 with a team that size explains a lot. As far as sales numbers go, Sword and Shield sold about 25.37 million units, with Pokemon Legends Arceus netting around 12.64 million units as of May 2022. It's also worth noting that Legends Arceus had a lot of the same problems Scarlet and Violet is currently having, but it still did amazing sales-wise. So I'll pass this question off to you. What are your thoughts on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet if you've gotten your hands on it? Did you experience any of these aforementioned glitches? But to end on a more lighter note, I want to know who your favorite Pokemon is. Personally, I hover between Mudkip and Charmander. Call me basic for Charmander, but he's the OG starter. But that about does it here. I have been Kalo. I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming. Again, if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content, and I'll see you guys next time.